Everybody, welcome to the 6-Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it in as usual, but it's a merry, marvelous Monday to each and every one of you. I hope this day is extraordinary. We've got Jed Revenwood out there making sure everything is running right. We've got the famous polar bear Snortopoopas Cuber, and so many more over on the green machine. There's Crazy White Boy, Ms. Pick Cafe, and many others. Good to see you over there as well. We've got a few other folks rolling in the door, like Lord Thoth, one of the very first moderators here on the channel, and a few other folks as well. Let's see. SFX F314 Sabretooth Raptor drops a $10 super duper chat in Culture Casino Cash to say, let it snow, let it snow. Coruscant has never seen snow before. The clones found out I'm a Sith, and now I'm going to be smurfed into carbonite. Part 1. Ooh, part 1. All right, let's see what's up with part 2. Here it is from our friend Snortopoopas Q. Burr says, part 2. Sadly, no one will save me from Jabba's palace, so I will spend eternity there. What happened to Order 66? Why is snow coming out instead of lightning? What the fudge is going on? Well, I don't know, but that's a fun story. I think we're seeing it in parts and pieces, so that's pretty cool. Thank you for that. SFX at 314 Sabretooth Raptor, and thanks to Jill Powers, the River Daughter, who actually is a moderator here. Does a great job. The lovely Penny is out there as well. But we have something equally important today. That's right. We have Griffin with today's history lesson. On June 2 of 1763, Pontiac's rebellion at what is now Mackinac City, Michigan, Chippewas captured Fort Mackinac by playing a game of lacrosse, then chasing a ball into the fort. No joke. Amazing. Pretty easy capture. Thank you for that. Let's get on to the rest of the day and the rest of the story. We are 1 minute out, which means the music's about to change, so be prepared. Let's see. Who else rolled through the door? We got a few other folks, like Bowen. Good morning, Bowen. Hope you're doing well. And, oh, goodness, as the audience starts to build. Let's see. We got Jedi Master 2002's Lost in Space and Classic Sci-Fi. Hey, CC. Hey, what's going on? Good to see you here today. Seeing you out everywhere else. Tanner Stanley's in the house. Good morning. Good to see you. Critizable. The Rainbow Knight, our prismatic paladin, is joining us today. Seems appropriate. Jan Monroe is here. Hello and good morning, dear. Who else popped in? Maravita. Maravita, you will never know. I know that's not the words, but it's always fun. Speaking of fun, follow the Bradley's Fun over on the Follow the Bradley's Fun channel. Check out Ron and family and, have just a good time. William King, so great to see you, my friend. It's been a minute. Hope things are going well. The lovely Juliet from across the pond is here, and so is Libby Priest. Gollum is out there. Good to see you. It's a manic Monday. And Krimlon. Good morning, my friend. 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whatever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6-Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it in, 19 stories and all, but they're all kind of interconnected until we get to the business stuff. But I'm going to tell you this. No funny business. Lilo and Stitch is rocking it. Staying bubbly. Get it? Bubbly. With $611 million global. Thank you for that, Nancy. And I'm going to tell you, that's a big, big number. Mission Impossible is also generating bigger numbers. Both of those two films only fell 57%. So they had really, really good hold. If you see today's video, which I encourage you to do, which you can see right after today's live show, you'll have enough time before Midnight's Edge in the morning. I'm just going to say that it says an awful lot, because in third place is this terrible thing, this Karate Kid thing. It opened to only $21 million after they were thinking it was 25 to 35. Boy, were they wrong. And word of mouth on this is not good. And if you watch today's video, you'll find out why. We have this film finishing or starting in third, which is a terrible place for a new film to start. And it really is not coming up roses. But what I think is interesting, other than the $611 million that Lilo and Stitch is generating is the fact that we could get to over $700 million with Mission Impossible 8, which I didn't think was possible with this film after the last one. In the Anti-Clemency Club, see what they did there? Yeah. No Sean Diddy Combs pardon from Trump is what 50 Cent vows, and I think he's got a pretty good relationship with Trump, so I think he could probably make that stick. There's a reason why 50 Cent doesn't like Diddy, and, I think Trump's going to listen. I think he's going to pay attention to what the testimony has been and all the evidence, because the government seems to have some. They've, of course, had a terrible prosecutorial team, which happens to be made up of some politicians or middle red tape person's daughter. You'll have to look into that one yourself. Rian Coogler says he's never considered making a Sinners sequel. I can understand why. I don't think it would do very well. I think that was a one-shot pop, and I don't think anybody would show up to a sequel. Maybe. Hard to say. I just think Rian Coogler's a one-trick pony and always relies on race. I think that Tim Miller's, high, probably, or smoking something because he hopes to direct an X-Men movie. I don't think they're going to let him. Marvel's secret weapon is the X-Men, and I have a feeling that they are going to have to be a little more careful with it than what they're being with Fantastic Four. And that's going to be bad. But not bad, maybe, at least I can only hope, is Happy Gilmore 2. They got their trailer revealed at the Netflix Tudum event, which is kind of their version of the upfronts to let everybody know what they have coming out and what people could advertise on. I think it's kind of interesting and exciting, and I feel like Netflix kind of has their finger on the pulse of what works in streaming, and nobody else does. Julie Bowen actually thought she'd be replaced by someone like Sydney Sweeney in Happy Gilmore 2. She wasn't. Tony Gilroy confirms that the price tag for Andor was $650 million. Not that we really needed the confirmation. We already knew. But Disney did tell him that streaming is dead. I think we're going to go deeper into the story if I can get Kevin Apollo to comment on this. And I think I can. This thing is going to be a true disaster for Disney, and it has been the whole time. Another thing released at Tudum was Rian Johnson's first teaser trailer for Knives Out 3. It's going to be interesting. The Wake Up Dead Man film reportedly cost $210 million. That's a lot for a streaming film, but hey, they have the money. We got China's factory activity contracting in May. It didn't really bounce back up until a little bit into, now, I should say, a little bit towards the end of this month, this last month in May. But there are signs of improvement, but not for long, and I'll tell you why in a moment. We've got Wall Street gliding to end its best month since 2023. In other words, May was huge. Trump gave Elon a parting gift in the Oval Office, but the colossal change, it won't stop there, and Elon Musk isn't gone forever. Trump fast-tracks a Utah uranium mine, skipping a lot of red tape. The industry, may want to wait for higher prices. I think not. I think we need energy as fast as we can, and the Department of Energy agrees. They're axing $3.7 billion in clean energy project grants, which I think are always a waste of money. We've got a second suspect in the Manhattan crypto kidnapping and torture case indicted, which is only good news as far as I'm concerned. Nobody should do that to another human being. And finally, Trump says China violated the agreement on trade, which is what we were talking about moments ago. So he'll stop being nice. You can expect some announcements of some additional levies and tariffs hitting China probably today, would be my guess. We'll find out. Oh, also, during that Elon bye-bye speech, we noted that perhaps the entire presidency of Biden will be questioned because of the auto pen use. That's a piece of news. We'll talk about it a later time. We do have a bear in Naples, Florida, going out to have a swim in the Gulf and then wandering into a condo complex. That's right. The bear was just out there in the surf enjoying themselves. I guess this is a nice vacation for a bear. I don't know. Looks like it. But then found their way into a condo building, just wandered in and said hi to everybody. And the residents were a little excited, I would think. But hey, the bear didn't stay there very long because the FWC officers showed up along with Naples police to control the situation and put the bear out for a nap. That's right. Congratulations to the bear for causing quite a stir. And that was rather enjoyable, I thought. Anyway, that's the end of the 6-Minute Daily. We are headed into bonus time, so stick around. I would appreciate it. We can talk about the things I missed during the course of the conversation in the chat, which is here we are. We got Tipping Barn out there and so many more. Like I said, Kremlin is here. How was everybody's weekend? Mine was glorious. The Batcap is out there. Great to see you, my friend. And our good buddy, the Butter Biscuit 92. What's up, Butter Biscuit? So good to see you. Frank is here along with many, many more. Good to see you all today. Tobach is out there and also featured on the Green Machine. Very much looking forward to many much videos I'm going to be recording later today. Justin Towns is in the house. Great to see you. Everything is well. I hope you are the same. Scott Cook is out there. Good to see you, my friend. And we got a few other folks rolling in the door like Carl Singh. And we got, I think I said hi to Miss Pick Cafe, but I'm going to highlight her anyway. She does extra special stuff everywhere. Green Machine, YouTube, and pretty soon on another platform for me. I got to get in touch with her this weekend. Jin Karaya is out there. Great to see you. And a few other folks like Brian and Cindy are here today. I cannot wait to visit a little bit more on what's going on behind the scenes. But Hollywood's in a tizzy right now. I guess Hollywood was split on some performance of Lilo and Stitch, but they're split for a weird reason. It's great to see you here. Phoenix Knight. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Tolls, afternoon, CC in chat. Hey, Tolls. Hope you're doing well. But this is something that I thought was just kind of wacky, that I thought would be an interesting piece of conversation. I'm trying to figure out why it didn't pop up on the screen just now. There it is. Hollywood's upset, and the Hollywood Reporter writes about it. And I don't know what any of this means to anybody, whether or not they're trying to take their own side, the fan side, or whatnot. But apparently, the performance of something like Lilo and Stitch got them all bunched up and upset. We'll get this story lined up here right now. What is happening right now? Come on, guys. Yeah, Lilo and Stitch live action remake ignites debate over harmful changes to original story. I know they changed the story quite a bit, and I know it frustrated some viewers, some people who went to see the film. I have to say I'm always seeing changes like this, and it always seems to be against the family concept that we all would have appreciated being left in this story. But the box office smash itself, a new Disney film, has sparked discussion about colonialism, of course, with one analyst telling The Hollywood Reporter that the ending contributes to the narrative of displacement of Hawaiians from their ancestral lands. Well, to be fair, the people I know who are native Hawaiians have moved to the mainland for a reason. Lots of it is because of the expense of living there, and lots of it is, because they want different and newer opportunities than what the islands afford, which are mostly generated by tourism, let's say. But Disney has sparked that discussion, and I don't think we're going to get out of it anytime soon, because it lets a lot of these pinhead bookish types, the professors, like some that we have here in the audience, and others that are heck bent on destroying social order, kind of get their teeth into something they think they can make some traction on. They can't. Nobody really takes them seriously. In fact, people are starting to not take college seriously outside of professions that require advanced degrees in practice and study. I don't really see a lot of people taking that value, especially since you're all about to be replaced by AI. Enjoy. But the live action version of Lilo and Stitch definitely frustrated a lot of people. The film remake of the 2002 animated original about a Hawaiian girl and her frisky alien friend also spurred extensive debate by egghead types. Believe me, I believe in advanced degrees for a purpose. I don't believe in them for underwater basket weaving, gender studies, or any other nonsense. But they really are frustrated by the change in the narrative. A recent post on X, formerly Twitter, noted that a scene in the first movie in which Lilo and Stitch sister Nani, uh, uh, their bond over the Hawaiian concept of ohana, which means family, is changed in the new one. This led another user to post that it is not crazy to say that this movie is pro colonize Hawaii propaganda. I don't think it's anything of the sort, but I could be wrong. And again, this is a guy who was going to retire in Hawaii after spending, well, months and months and months of my life there in various points in time. I will say this. The change wasn't exactly popular with me because of the reasoning, but I can understand. You know what I mean? I mean, opportunity only knocks a certain way, but I wouldn't break my familial bond just to go off to school. Again, that's just me. I wonder what you guys think. Do you think that this is something that is going to drive commentary for a while? I mean, it apparently there is a conversation to be had on X or slash Twitter or whatever you want to call it. One of these comments, this particular comment I just read, um, received more than 200,000 likes, spurred debate over the new version's ending. Well, that could have happened. There were a lot of people that didn't like the new ending. I like the idea of family. I think family first, but family, faith, football, that's kind of me, except not football anymore. But the problem being is that our cultural shifts are at odds with each other at this point, especially the propagandized ones we've been subjected to through film and television over the course of the last decade or more. A lot of people would argue all the way back to 2005. I would say let's start at 2008 because that's when it was, well, legalized to propagandize to Markins. You can go look that up if you want to. Look up the Smith-Mundt Act. But that's not important. What's important is how you feel as an audience about the film. The film is performing incredibly well. So to me, um, there must not have been much problem with the change because it's still got positive word of mouth, a good cinema score, and it's sitting at $600 million on its way to 1.2 billion, which is about where I think it'll top out at. I don't think it'll exceed that by much. And Disney may have almost dug themselves out of the hole that they started with at the beginning of the year. I think this is the only billion-dollar film this summer, and everything else is going to be an also ran. I think Mission Impossible tops out around 700 million or more, and I think that we are going to see Superman and potentially Fantastic Four final steps for the MCU. I think those films are both going to underperform. And I think Disney will be in full panic mode, and Doomsday may get kicked down the road even further. But let's take a few thoughts from you guys and see what you have to say. Hey, Michael Krinsky's here. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Paul Rose is saying hi to people. Who else is out there? Sin, it was great to see you over on Valiant Renegade last night. We had a great conversation the whole time, and yeah, I felt like Jonas was really trying to keep it in between the rails. What a good guy. Razorburn is here, our favorite rivet head. Davina Duckworth is here as well. And the Canadian Roland. That's right. Randall Orser is joining us this morning. Da, 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 da. Grim is here. What's up, Grim? Good to see you, buddy. Hope things are going well. Paul Rose says, da, 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 da. Looking well groomed and coiffed today, bro. On the pull or just a new hairbrush? No. I always try to look my best, but with the trimmed beard, I think that's what most people have been reacting to. Um, I uh, I think that the beard through summer will probably stay a goatee, and then we'll be back to looking like Santa Claus. Well, easily by November, because it doesn't take me long to grow a beard. But it is what it is. Cynthia's in the house. Good to see you, dear. Hope you're doing well. I hope everybody's doing well, to be fair. And let's see. Oh, yeah, do check out the new Discord. That's right. Starting Wednesday, I'll be on holidays for about 15 days. So I won't be in the streams, limited internet connection. So I won't be much on Discord. But I would encourage you all to check out the Discord. I'm going to be doing a uh, uh, chat there, voice chat there, probably on Wednesday leading into the Clip Show, which is an exclusive show that I will be doing on Rumble for about an hour every single week at various times, just when I'm able to. So keep your eyes out on Rumble for the Clip Show. If you're not on Rumble, check it out now. Please subscribe over there. Let's get to it. Avarice Carmageddon is in the house. Live action remakes are not needed. You are 100% correct. But if that's all Disney has, because they have no creativity anymore, I don't know what else they can do. Nothing that they're about to do is going to hit or land. And I don't have anything against ladies. I think you ladies who are here, which believe it or not, I have some of the highest percentage of female viewers on YouTube as any of the people in my sphere. I will say I think the feminization of all of the male properties and centering females specifically in those has basically led Disney to implode, self-immolate, lots of other things. I think that their lack of intellectual honesty and foresight has put them behind the eight ball in a very negative way. Curious if you guys think the same. I know this much. Hoove is in the audience. Boy, did he acquit himself well. For those of you who were there on Saturday, I will say that the High Roller stream was successful this next Saturday, the first Saturday of the month. And I did switch those because in my mind it was going to be high rollers on the first, but I've changed that. So the last Saturday of the month will be high rollers. First Saturday of the month will be a member stream, which will not be shown to the public. It'll just be us. So if you're a member of the channel and your name happens to be highlighted in green, or you've been gifted one of these green things by Hoove or any other folks, take advantage. It's a lot of fun, good conversation. Also, this Tuesday, if you're a member of any stripe, this is the Tuesday where everybody's welcome to the watch party. That's right. We're going to be watching Tombstone. You're not going to want to miss it. You can find the link and all the information in the community tab. That's right. I use the community tab regularly to post things to you. You should, if you have all notifications turned on, be getting posts from there to let you know what's going on. So do check that out. Thank you, Who, for gifting Running with Scissors a membership. And once again, for the third time today, SFXF314 Sabertooth Raptor drops a super duper chat for 5 Culture Casino Cash, saying, sadly, there are only 4 members of the cast of MASH left alive. That's right, we lost Loretta Swit, who just passed, our Margaret Houlihan, or Hot Lips Houlihan. She was wonderful. Hawkeye, BJ, Radar, and Klinger are all that are left of MASH. It's true. And by the way, the character BJ is actually a financial analyst. He used to be on many news programs regularly. Fascinating man. Klinger, of course, is doing really well. And I don't know about Radar, but I hope everybody has good long lives, including you guys, all of you, and me. I need me to have a good long life too. I'm not done yet. We got Cynthia Carter out there saying Gavin Niani a plot device. Given Niani a plot device way to come visit Lilo while in college sounds good, but I have done a science bachelor's. Well, yeah, see, and again, I'm not, but by the way, I'm not bagging on higher education. I just think there's a lot of nonsense out there. In fact, I value it. I think it's important. But she will quickly have no time or mental energy to visit Lilo. It's BS. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And Bowen says what a lot of people think. Not very kind to Disney. By the way, you can get a Duck Fizney t-shirt from the Beach Punk store, I believe, and or over on Comics Division's webpage. I believe the store is open there with that shirt available. I just assume majority of movies suck nowadays, says Avarice. I would would agree with you. As I said in the video, I'm thinking that F1 is going to be a sleeper, the Brad Pitt film, since they actually filmed that during practice sessions, so it's going to look and feel real, and I think it'll be really good. I am interested in the Tropic Thunder spinoff that could happen with our good friend Tom Cruise. I think that there's a character there that he was born to play that he loves, and I could see him doing one for himself, a comedy of some sort, and I could see it being really, really good. At least I hope so. Fat Elvis, make sure that you smash that thumb. That's right. Thank you, Fat Elvis. Appreciate that. Ford versus Ferrari turned out better than I expected. Yeah, it was one of the few films by that director that I appreciate, because after that, they seem to have imploded. If you do want cringe and frustration, I watched the last episode. Oh, no, you did not do that to yourself. Everybody knew what was going to happen. I'm so sorry, Paul Rose. Look, this is heartbreaking to me. Doctor Who just destroyed itself. And I should say RTD kind of pushed it over the edge with the two quote unquote Disney seasons. Believe it or not, they call out season 1 and 2 of Doctor Who. At least inside the Disney walls, in the Disney halls. But I'm going to tell you, total garbage. Everything about that was total garbage. And look, I mean, you're starting to see the steam run out for Rainbow Month. And, RTD is one of those people that's trying to push that. So nobody should be surprised, to be fair. It was going to blow up anyway. Hey, your Muslim uncle's in the house, says, and the Aces. Sorry for all the now adults that loved Lilo and Stitch, and Disney's messed it up again. Yes, they did. Disney. Ah, there we go. Disney. I said it right. Took a minute. Blah, blah, blah. Mouth not working today. Yeah, Doctor Who is toast. It's going to get rested for the better part of a decade, if not 15 years. Nobody's going to want to go back and watch any of the recent stuff. I mean, going back to, Chinball's direction, that was bad. Putting the chick in there, getting another chick, nobody wants that. Walter is in the house. What's up? I don't like the ending because the sister seemed very selfish to give up on her little sister. I'm with you. I am. I like the idea of family, Ohana. It's one of the reasons why I love Hawaii is Ohana. In fact, I was going to be building extra homes on my land that I was going to settle on in Hawaii for retirement, and build my own Ohanas, my own family homes, so that people could come and visit. Ohana means foster care, says bass player 2011. Iffy. I'm not sure it does. It's great to see you guys. Your Muslim uncle, it has been a minute. King of the Monsters is here. Those changes to the film butcher the movie. Hard pass. I agree. But it is what it is. Amelia Clark, scroll arm in the house. Griffin says, ugh, I'm so tired of activist rhetoric. I am too. Shove it with the colonialism. Shove it with the white man bad. Shove it when God is evil and good is evil and evil is good. Well, I'd say the other people say the other things as well. Keep pushing us. You won't like it. I agree with that. I think they're finding that out, to be fair. OX, the pinnacle of logical conversation. No, but a great place to, believe it or not, Grok is a great research tool. Leaves everything spinning in the dust. Family is oh yeah. Hey, Metal Pick's in the house. What's going on, Metal Pick? Good to see you again. I love it when everybody rolls through the door. Hey, Last Call's in the house. Check out Troy Pacelli's channel, Last Call with Troy. He and his wife do something special all the time, and they're great people. Get to hang out with them. You should. They're fun. Long live Norrin Rad. Yes, that's right. This is a Fantastic Four reference. If you aren't familiar, Norrin Rad is the Silver Surfer, not this chick. Shalal. Anyway. Man, Fantastic Four is going to be very bad. Look, Disney does not look, and you've probably heard this from many people now, whether it be Ryan Cannell or D-Day Cobra or Gary Nerdrotic or Film Threat or anything. Marvel doesn't do test screenings like DC, like other studios, right? There are not a lot of public test screening out there. Sometimes they'll do something. They want to get a feel for something, but it's very rare. And when they do, it means they don't know. Well, I bet you they found out because the test screenings didn't go well. The third act is not well received, and the just like with Thunderbolts and most of the other latest versions of Disney films, the MCU rules all. That's a big problem, pushing a giant chunk of audience away. Hey, 11 Alpha's in the house. Good to see you. Too depressed to engage much. Well, my friend, I'm going to tell you, I'm glad you're here. So let's get you out of that depression. You know what? I may have a solution, or at least something that could help. Let's see. And there you go. Hopefully that helped, 11 Alpha. If not, I got more where that came from. Yeah, I do. Let's see. We got some great comments in the chat, though. Some people joined us as members. As a matter of fact, our good friend Jedi has showed up. That's right. This is one of the things I love when somebody joins us, when somebody celebrates their membership. I love it. And thank you for jumping up to a rewards level. We've got just oodles of thanks celebrating 4 months of memberships. Culture, I do not want no more remakes. I don't either. Jedi Master 2022's Lost in Space and classic sci-fi. By the way, Lost in Space is great. I love it. I refuse to watch Thunderbolts. I do too. You know what, Jed? Please go ahead and post that for you. I'm fine with that. Posting channels, I don't mind at all. In fact, I like to support everybody in our space. I think y'all are important. I think everything that we have to say to each other is important. To be fair. Let's see who else is out there. Paul Rose says, when you had a solution, I was hoping for Sydney Sweeney in a thong, but thanks anyway, Culture. Hey, look, I'm just saying, Julie Bowen, if she's available and can still be in the film, that was a nice romantic edge to Happy Gilmore. So I'd like to keep that alive. Now I'm depressed. Oh, you guys just want to see the dancing bear. And I don't blame you. Kanan Barnes is in the house. What's going on? And Psychotic Mongoose. Hey, what's up, buddy? It's great to see you all. Oh, man, I'm so blessed with all of you wonderful people. Maravita says, college is good. I don't have a degree and am fine. Look, I think college is good. There are very specific paths of employment, and there are very specific things to learn if you are pursuing a job that needs that kind of learned energy. I'm sorry. I'm okay with college educated people. I'm not okay with fake degrees. I'm not okay with gender studies. I'm getting really frustrated with what human resources has turned into. And I know a couple of human resources professionals watch this show, but I'm sure you understand what I mean. It is a profession that has been a pathway to infest corporations with a lot of garbage. Sorry, that's the case. And trucking with the tablets in the house, one of our great truckers here on the channel that make sure we all get the things that we need. And I'm going to be very grateful to all of the trucking folks out there, whether you're long haul or local, whether that over the road takes you international, which it often does sometimes. I do appreciate you, and I hope you know it. And y'all should, to be fair. RJ McReady's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. And so many more. Thank you, Jed, for grabbing that for me. I truly appreciate it. And yeah, we got to support each other, folks. Heartless Shroom says communications degrees are a joke. Hey, look, I went to school for various things, believe it or not. I originally started out in film school. That's a whole other conversation, but I pathwayed to IT. Back then, it was a little different, but I have had so many different certifications; it's ridiculous. And I pursued education in other areas as well. And I can say this: oftentimes, what I learned and what I processed could have been learned on any job, including IT. IT is only as good as your own uh, your self drive. You have to be driven internally to learn. That's what kind of holds you back in IT and in a lot of the other modern professions. Now, what you need that for, what you need education for, I'm going to continue to say, you want to have a deeper understanding of something, higher education. You want to be an expert or perhaps even somebody who teaches a higher level of understanding. You need an education. If you want to practice medicine or law, well, law not so much. Believe it or not, you can pass. You don't need your Juris Doctorate or anything like that, but you can pass the bar without going to law school and become a lawyer. But then you're kind of self-made at that point, and we'll have a conversation about that maybe someday. But I'm not ever going to say don't get educated. That's a dumb thing to say. Pursue an education that you're going to enjoy, that is going to be a profession that you'll love the rest of your life. If you do something that you love, you're not working. You'll never work a day in your life. And I had to retire to do the thing that I love, which is this, which you guys support with super chats, with memberships, with all of those things. In fact, it's one of the reasons why we aim for a target on this show on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of getting a certain amount of super chats or a certain number of memberships. We are trying to look at a 20 to 40, maybe 50 memberships on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, if that's the goal. Or we try to look for one of these goals that YouTube wants you to set for X number of super chats during a frame. All I know is that if that's the kind of stuff that happens on a daily basis, if that's an event based thing that drives, X number of dollars of super chats, it all helps support the channel. It gets me lighting, it gets me uh, cameras, it gets me the things that I need. And I apparently need to replace on the regular. I just had a camera die on me. So things happen, folks. But on that note, hopefully all of you have seen today's video because it's great. College is required for engineering, in my opinion. I think, I think, especially civil engineering, because you don't want things to fall apart like bridges and stuff. But yeah, no, indeed. So, like I said, education is good. Don't let anybody tell you that it's not. But education in underwater basket weaving, or gender studies, or something super racially driven is nonsense. It's just absolutely nonsense. Maravita, you will never know, says half the degree I see out there are garbage. I agree, but there are plenty of trades out there. But I agree on basket weaving 101. That's true. Actually, believe it or not, in some of the trades, education can be helpful, especially engineering. You need to really understand physics too. I'm going to tell you right now, some of the HVAC people that I know, the guys that own or started their company in their in their 20s, usually are retired in their 40s and have done very, very well. And they understand their profession very well. They understand the electrics, they understand the engineering, they understand the physics. It's a lot of things that you can conquer certainly in the trade, but if you have a little bit of education background, you can also solve things there. So thank you for that, Maravita. Truly appreciated the super chat. Um, Uh, we got the comments in the chat are great. We got another member chat. Wow, from Maravita, who's been a member a month now, says college is good. I don't have a degree and I am fine. And I appreciate that. And look, I'm just saying, I would never down education, and especially since there's some professors in here I respect very much that keep this channel going. But I even they will agree there's some garbage degrees out there. Maravita for 10 culture cash. Um, I still appreciate that this was a super chat for me and my friend. I really really do. And then I follow up with another one, I think. Hang on. Everybody's on fire. Maravita for 5 more culture cash says I never wanted to be a bus driver, but now I wouldn't change it for the world. Yeah. I'm seriously. I mean, there's a lot of like really super fun things that you can do for a job, to be fair. I'm just and look, I mean, bus driver, very important. You're moving people around. That's a huge responsibility. You're responsible for their safety, their and and for getting them from place to place. And if it's kids, whew, school bus driving, dangerous gig, even more responsibility. If you like your job, you might just be a dancing bear. You are so correct, K. Roberts, 100. That's why I love it. Mexican Iron Man, well, you're here, so that covers both types of diversity. Hey, I'm doing great. I've got my Muslim friends, assalamu alaikum, and I've got my, Mexican Iron Man. So he's a good guy. Love that guy. He's my pal. Jill Powers comes out swinging. Gender studies is crap, but I will always maintain that my English studies wasn't wasted. No, they're not. I think English and good communication skills are a prerequisite for doing well in life. I think if you cannot express yourself in a way that others can easily consume and digest, I think you're going to be at a loss in life. And having a good background in English and being well read is incredibly important. Saying I had many successful um, students I guided through many different careers. In fact, yeah, again, communication top notch. I'm just going to say that you can't entertain people without good language. Uh, wow, you have a challenging job, Maravita. My goodness. Well done. Well done. Art history are certainly better options over studies majors. Indeed. Indeed, because you have a background in something that's valuable. You have an understanding of what was successful in the past, which means you understand what's successful in the future. You also understand what isn't and what didn't hang on so well. The neo-Marxism intersectionality of crochet. Oh yeah, that's definitely a degree nobody needs. Thank you for that, Grim. But I'm having fun. Yeah. Where else is out there? Hey, my good friend John Yulden from across the pond. There's a lot of you out there that I appreciate. All my international audience. I love you a long time. Even those that are in Japan right now up past their bedtime. Culture, I've heard rumors you are going to be cast as the next Doctor Who. Apparently, they were wowed by your Mockney accent. Is this true? I wish, John. I wish. I think it'd be great, right? I really wanted to hang out with you guys yesterday, but other things had to be done first. Plus, I was being moved along quickly so I could be on with our good friend Valiant Renegade. That show was great, man. We were on top of stuff. It was wonderful. I had a good time. Scott A is here. Hola from Las Vegas. Thank you for being here. I love knowing where everybody's from. I appreciate it. Hola. Hang on, what does this say? Maravita for 5 more Culture Casino cash. Goodness gracious, says I have no problem with a gender studies class teaching evolution of gender roles, but a degree? Oh wow, employ me. I know what men and women are. Hey, I think the fact that it's a degree is kind of odd. Look, can you think about it this way? The new neo-Marxist profession of DEI is evaporated. There's like they lost like 6,000 jobs in the last year. That wasn't ever going to be a stable thing. It was going to be always based on the whims of the culture. It's not like something that's of value. Again, engineering, English, history. There's a history of everything, art history or whatever. Um, I don't know. I just don't see value out there in in something that is narrowly driven, and is going to have a fickle consumption, let's say. Brian and Cindy, Valiant took out that guy perfectly. Yeah, you looked like you were all having a blast. It was a great time last night, and that one person was just silly. I mean, Valiant and I have very similar philosophies on our audience. I don't mind having people come at me or whatever. I don't want people going after the rest of the audience. And I don't like it when people go after the panel that I'm on, especially if I'm hosting the show. Um, but I don't ban people. I mean, I think one of the reasons that Putin's cat is still here is because that's just not my thing. You have to do something over the top to earn a ban. So there's that. Heartless Shroom. As a librarian, that's awesome. You would be so proud of me. There are so many hardbacks right over here on this wall. For those of you who are English majors, English teachers, librarians, or whatever, I maintain an enormous collection of hardbacks. I love reading, and it was one of the best ways to escape. So I was one of those kids that stayed up past my bedtime, not to watch TV, which I did have in my room, by the way, and not to dink around on my computer, which I did do many nights, because I started doing computer stuff in fifth grade. I stayed up and read. Oftentimes the classics, lots of Dickens and everything. Anyway, as a librarian, I am appalled by that stat, and thank you for your efforts at Jill Power. Yeah, Jill's been talking about it. I'm telling you, it's awful. Think about the fact that schools are passing kids that can't read. They're just passing them along to be somebody else's problem. You're not giving anybody an advantage by doing that. You're destroying it. Dean Krantz has been here for 3 months and using his membership chat says gender construct is an outgrowth of commie speak. It absolutely is. Yeah, yeah. It's a social construct. Baloney sausage. Everybody knows what it is. They know what it means. And we need to stop inventing words or allowing invented words to be used in common parlance. It's just let's talk truth and have honest communications. That's a good thing. Yeah, Jed, I expect many of the folks here are very well read. I would imagine most of you enjoy reading. Could be wrong, but to be fair, you go through comics or you go through classical literature, you're gonna have a pretty well-rounded understanding of how to build stories and probably how to live life because many of those stories are very, very well couched morality tales. So, in my estimation, I could be wrong, but I think so. Yeah, no child left behind left every student behind and dumbed down every generation since W. I'm with you. I really do believe that was one of very many terrible mistakes made, including the formation of the Department of Education, which from its inception, when it actually went into business, education fell down a giant hole and has never been able to get back up. Not great. Hey, Bucky Cat's in the house. What's up, Bucky Cat? Good to see you. This is fun. I like having these conversations. This is why YouTube is different. This is why YouTube is taking over the planet. It's why thoughtful creators are doing well. It's why my friends are growing. I grow because of you guys. You really do drive this channel forward, and I can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough for the participation, for the super chats, for the memberships. That, to be fair, you guys are amazing, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I want to say an extra special thank you to the people out there who did go through all that advanced education, whether it's Staccato DDS or Dr. Jill or many others of you who fought through an education system that at times, especially if you're of my generation, became more and more challenging with dumber and dumber people teaching you these advanced concepts, which they didn't seem to fully understand themselves. But that's just me. Jill says, yes, the Department of Education emphasized attrition, attendance, and standardized testing, which does nothing for education at all. It doesn't even, you're going to have classes of kids coming in at all different levels, and you need to start at a starting point and help everybody catch up to where they need to be at that moment. So there's that. Metal Pixels, as a kid, I read To Kill a Mockingbird. I read a lot of classics like that. So there's that. Oh my gosh, Dr. Megatron's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Man, we ended up with really weird place today. Nowhere where we started, which is what I also love. And Davina read the classic 14-book epic, Wheel of Time, up to about the 5th novel. There was a massive time jump that I hadn't read the previous recently. Yeah, well, lots of weird things have occurred. That series was doomed from the beginning. The minute these big platforms get a hold of these things, they just absolutely wreck them. Want to say thank you to Dean Krantz for a 10. Holy cow, $10 super duper chat saying, I hate communism. So do I, my friend. Its practitioners are the biggest mass deleters in history. They are. You can look at a whole list of names. Mao and Stalin together make the Mustache Man look like a pretender to the title. They are the real applicators of Marxist teachings. This is so true. And actually Z has done a pretty decent job of eliminating people as well. Probably shouldn't say that here on the tube, but I just did, and maybe unapologetically so. But thank you, Dean. You are correct. Bucky Cat for 5. Culture Casino Cash says it's a money mill. Oh yeah, education. Yeah, don't even get me started. Look at how much money Harvard makes off of foreign students, right? They make all the money. So of course they are pushing for student visas and choking them out from those and starting to attack their endowment and maybe even taxing the endowment may be something that could work in the future. They spend $45K per student, and those kids end up not being able to read and write. I know you've seen the fact that that in Baltimore, and this is at a high school level, which is what Bucky's talking about. Those kids are suing the boards of education and the districts there. They're going after all the pockets because they made them and passed them. It was a valedictorian that could not properly read and write. Yeah, I'd sue. I would sue. Thank you for the $5 super chat, my friend. We got another message here from Gory Eyed Beast, a Canadian 2 Culture Casino Cash says, hey, Shishi. Has there been no lives on TGP lately? There hasn't been. I'm going to work on and have been working on correcting that. June is the month of comeback, so you may see some more TGP stuff. I have a video that I need to edit to get up there along with some other stuff. It's a Kevin video, as a matter of fact, but I'm going to be reaching out to Loki and Nolan Thunder, and we are going to get everything back on track. So TGP will be going live soon. Thank you for that, and thanks for being here. I appreciate that. My 7th grade English teacher, says Maravita for 5 Culture Casino Cash, introduced me to The Hobbit, and now I own 2,500 plus physical books and 600 plus digital ones. Reading is my passion, and I understand that completely. And in your profession, you have time to do it. Man, I'm jealous. I love reading. I really do. I mean, just the collection of authors from Patricia Cornwell to John Sanford to James Patterson to Faye Kellerman, Jonathan Kellerman. I've got it all, to be fair. Clive Cussler, of course. And then, of course, I have all the classics as well. But I mean, just looking over here, it's like, oh yeah, look at all that stuff. Yeah. Anyway, I've read it all. Male tales, female tales, doesn't matter. To me, reading's the great escape. Always has been. And thank you, Maravita. Walter says, hey, yeah, it can be rough to keep up when the novels are 1,000+ pages. Doesn't bother me. Does not bother me. The 3 body problem, the um man, my Clancy books are insane and they're huge. If you've ever read one of those. How they turn them into films is amazing to me. YouTube needs to stop allowing censorship of smaller channels. Well, I've been shut off from growth. I have not grown significantly now in over a month. My video viewership has dropped. I do not get promoted at all. YouTube seems to hate me despite driving audience and revenue. My live streams are wonderful. You guys make them so. I know that YouTube keeps tracks of live streams that have tons of super chats. It's one of the reasons why you're seeing explosive growth for some of my friends like D-Day Cobra and others. Um, uh, Again, this month I'm launching not only the reaction channel, but basically just a more open field conversation channel, which will allow me to be a little outside of my niche. So that's a good thing. Bucky Cat for another $5. Oh wait, nope, that was before. Sorry, I went back in time. Thank you for that, Bucky Cat. You guys are just amazing. I can't even believe what's happening in the chat. June. This is from our friends Latino Slant for $5. By the way, as I said in my video this morning, go check out Latino Slant's thought. Check out Paulie's thoughts on Karate Fu legendary fail flop, whatever. Go check that out. Latino Slant has some solid ideas. And I know he's willing to share them. But for $5, he says, June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Oh, excellent. Please love and support those that need it and let them know that they are not alone. You are not alone. Now, this is a very serious subject, and I think that's good. It is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Be aware. Men oftentimes are not okay because, and you would never know because men like me don't really share their feelings. I do, but I'm a little secure. But it's not a sign of insecurity. It's just a sign of being beaten down. Oftentimes, mental health is incredibly important. Oftentimes, crosses with physical health. Latino Slant is correct to promote that, and I appreciate that. And this is something that I do want to celebrate: is Mental Health Awareness Month, Men's Mental Health Awareness Month here in the month of June. I also would like to celebrate Veterans Month this month. I think it's very important to support our veterans. I think they are very important to us remaining a free and fair country full of liberty, although many of those were taken away starting in 2008. I would like to roll that back. And I would like to thank the veterans for what they've done. I'd also like to thank Pilgrim Media for Two Culture Casino Cash saying Mark Hamill looks like a beaten man lately. Yeah, he does. To be fair, I mean, he's definitely somebody that should get support in Men's Mental Health Awareness Month based on his thoughts, because clearly there's something wrong there. Tina Beebe says, ugh, I leave on Thursday. Don't distract me. I'm sorry, Tina, but I'm glad you're here. Excuse me. 1 taken down and 1 demonetization. This keeps happening, especially in the gaming sphere. Grum's actually has been bringing it to everybody's attention lately via X, but we're watching people be removed. And they really are trying to hammer down on channels that use material they don't own. So remember, 3 strikes, you're out here. So watch out. Dean Krantz says, you need to do a Nerds with Guns podcast. Ah, there you go. Requirements are being able to talk easily on both subjects. I am looking at Dave Bob as your first guest. Dave Bob's a genius. I love that guy. Oh, he's such a good man. Yeah. we have so many smart people in our sphere. One Punch Man, Tolkien fan here says, "Hail everybody. Sorry, I don't personally hail everyone because I am on a tablet and I'm still at work." Yeah, well, don't worry about that. Flying Blind is here. What's going on, my friend? Flying Blind on a rocket cycle, famous guest in anybody's chats, especially over on WDW Pro. With one of the coolest little clips that Pro put together. I need to start stealing Pro's clips, to be fair, but for $5 is culture. YouTube is just jealous of your ability to grow facial hair. Well, thank you. Yeah, I really, there are times when it's like inconvenient because I shaved yesterday and you can't. It's like, it's more than a 5 o'clock hour at this point. It's really bad. Da, 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 da. Tina says, "Are they still making Karate Kid stuff? Where have I been lately?" Well, they had Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai was basically the end of everything, and it should have been. They should have thrown dirt on that grave, as I say in my video that I dropped this morning. Should have thrown dirt on that grave with the finale of Cobra Kai. Instead, they send out the For China version of Karate Fu. That's right. Latino Slant says, "Same here, culture." And Slant's YouTube channel has been absolutely suppressed. You have been. Dude, you're one of the most undersubscribed people in our sphere. It's embarrassing. Not for you, but for YouTube. Because okay, Latino Slant has unique guests and interviews you won't get anywhere else. He has access to people through his contacts in Hollywood, and he's I'm just telling you, it's great material. If you're not subscribed to Latino Slant, you should be. I'm happy to promote my friends, and this guy actually cares about your overall well-being, mental and physical. So he's a good channel to follow. You should be doing it. Yeah. I'm even surprised when one of my videos shows up on YouTube homepage. Yeah, me too. Which I shouldn't be. I supposedly was featured at one point in time. I was like, all right. Let's see. Luke's here. Everybody say hi to Luke. Saw Luke. So I was scrolling by. There he is. Hey, it's California Kevman. Says it would be better to split students up based on level. Yes, very Asian idea of education. If you spend time playing catch up for those behind, those ahead grow stagnant instead of continuing to grow. Understood. And I agree with that. California Kevman. I think that's a great way to go. But we would have to be putting money into the teacher level and not into the administrator level. And that's a problem because the administrators, they gotta get paid, and all of them, and they have to grow that area. Administration has to be far bigger and far more expensive than the actual education of children, shouldn't it be? Of course, that was all facetious for those of you not catching the joke, but insanity. Maravita says, "We veterans appreciate you as well." No, I mean, you guys don't understand it. There's in my family plenty of military service, and listening to all my grandfathers and other family members, parents speak about their service. It was incredible. I would have loved to have served. It just wasn't in the cards for me. So I'm with you into government loans. I don't think the government should be doing that. I think if you want to go to school, you will find a way to pay for it. True enough. The lovely Ruby Hoove, all the way from Texas. I hope your sister is doing better. Thank you for gifting a Culture Casino membership. And I know you are soon to return home. I think this is Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. Morgan King is here. He was on the High Roller stream from this weekend. We have a regular member stream coming up this next Saturday, so be prepared. Okay, this is true. Gory-eyed Beast is correct. The cure for men's mental health is Alarmo clocks for everybody. That's so true. I have an Alarmo clock. It's amazing. Absolutely brilliant. Brian and Cindy say, "My husband has no interest in the new Dune movie." That would be me. I'm kind of irritated, to be fair. I actually popped in our friend Nerd Cookies. She's great. She has a huge Dune-centric channel, although she covers everything. She was incredible yesterday. Was it yesterday or day before yesterday? Anyway, she did a live stream. I popped in over there in the chat, and I just said I'm not thrilled with what was done in the second Dune film, and I'm not thrilled about the third or anything else coming out of Dune, television or otherwise. I think that they are going to go down the wrong path. They've been going down the wrong path, and I think if anything kills off David Zaslav's career of leadership for Warner Brothers, it's going to be the fact that he still let these people go down the evil path of neo-Marxism. A tipping barn for $1.99. Dollar make you holler. 199 says, but culture, we haven't tried real communism. I don't know about that. Seems like every time we try real communism, people try to say it wasn't real communism. Wrong. Real communism and socialism and all these other isms outside of capitalism seem to turn into dictatorships, almost always. And then you have a regime that really does wrench its people to death in various ways. Anyway, we need to get out of here. We got only, man, we really need to get out of here. I want to say thank you to Tobach, who dropped a super duper Rumble rant. I want to say thank you to Maravita, who just dropped this one. I love what I call the pro world channels. You are also supportive of each other and have great content. It's most of what I watch now. Well, thank you. I'm blessed with a great audience and great collaborators, and I'm very grateful to all of them and you. So thank you, Maravita. You are one of us. One of us. One of. There's Toback, otherwise known as. I always have to look it up. Proctor Deuces Stipendium Compendium, at least over there on the green machine. And it says Big Mike's 5 o'clock shadow is only outdone by Culture Casino's ability to grow a 7 o'clock beard. Don't neglect CC's X page. It is fun over there, by the way. Thank you for promotion of that, Tobach. I love my daily X tweet. A lot of people call that engagement farming. I just call it interesting because I always want to know everybody's perspective. And if you're not following me on X, you're missing something because I retweet a bunch of stuff. But I like putting out something controversial or something people can have a real opinion on. And so every day at 8:45 a.m., so in just a minute actually, Pacific time, I put a daily tweet into play. Sometimes it's really intriguing. The last couple days, I think one of them was whether or not General Miley should be busted in rank, recalled, busted in rank, court-martialed, and let the chips fall where they may. Because I think if you commit the scale of treachery that he did while he was during Trump's first presidential term, I think that you should be held accountable. And there are ways to do that militarily. You are held to the higher and highest standards. So just think about that. All right, folks, we have a quarter of an hour until Midnight's Edge in the morning, which gives you just enough time to freshen up your drink, grab something to snack on, and watch my video from this morning, which I would deeply appreciate if you were to do immediately following this. After that, I hope to see you over on Midnight's Edge in the morning with Tom and Andre and hopefully Paul Chato and many others because, well, I'll be there too. We're going to talk a little bit of box office specifically, and your presence is required for that as far as I'm concerned. Right now, I'm resetting the redirect so that you are all headed that way. So do check out Midnight's Edge in the morning over on the Midnight's Edge channel. And with that, I will say this. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands because it's good hygiene, of course. And until next time, see ya. For real.